Good evening, everybody. Happy Saturday. You know, I'm going to give a shout out to Amanda Awakening. I just started following her channel. And I've been following this divestment movement and the passport bros. And I understand both sides. You did. I understand why both sides want to go, brothers want to go and get their passports, women want to go and divest. I understand it, but let me tell y'all something. Whether y'all know it or not, them movements are being weaponized by certain individuals. Let me say that again. The divestment movement and the passport bros and all this movement is literally being weaponized against certain individuals who are used as a tool to get this work done. Now, let's take the women, for instance, in the divestment movement. If you notice, a lot of these women there talk about all this divestment and talk about the inadequacies of that black men ain't coming to the table as being providers and yada, yada, yada. And they would use the excuse on this is the reason why they divested, because black men ain't providing, black men ain't doing this, black men ain't doing that. All these excuses. But yet, when you turn around and look at this divestment movement, you look at it, and mainly a lot of these black women, the ones that talk about divestment, like the great David Curl would used to say, where's Waldo? And then on top of that, a lot of these women and these men see this shit as a flex. You go and get you an Asian woman or a Latino woman or something like that, or you go and get you a Keisha, go and get her a Brad, and then 9 times out of 10, Keisha end up, come to find out, Keisha end up paying for that white man. Yes. For all y'all divested, these black women come to find out the black women are they not only doing the same thing they do with Ray Ray and Pookie, but they're doing the same thing with these brands. Hence, roles with kings and queens. She came out and basically said how much she was taking care of this big ass white dude, that he don't got no job. She met him when he was living on this motherfucking mama couch. He was living, literally, she got with a big old ass white bum. But what she did was, she did something where she knew she could make some money off of it. By taking that big black man, white man, making him a quote unquote provider, and then all of a sudden she knew all these black women was gonna come out the woodwork for money, because anything white y'all think seeing was a provider, only to find out, to come out and tell y'all that the nigga was a bum, and the nigga is a deadbeat gay. But when you look at it, the divestment movement, you got these same black women, they get into the same kind of relationships. They get into relationships with Pookie and Ray Ray Brands. So what y'all divesting to? I don't see where y'all really making a real difference in y'all motherfucking community. I don't see it. I don't see y'all. All I see is some black women having biracial children, and those children gonna be confused about who they are. And only thing is, I see is this movement, whether it be the passport bros, or this being weaponized to drop down the black population. Because the white population haven't basically, I'm just be honest, the white population really haven't recovered since the bubonic plague in the Middle Ages. And we all know why the bubonic plague happened. I told the same reason in medieval Europe, women start wearing high heels. Now, people like, what do they got to do? Well, high heels were invented by medieval noble women, so when they walk outside, because back in medieval Europe, the white folks did used to throw shit and piss outside their windows. So when they shit and piss, they used to throw all the shit outside their window, and you walking in, not only do you got human urine and feces, but you got animal feces from the horses walking by. Y'all know when horses walk, they, normally, if you ever go look at the Anheuser-Busch horses and shit, the Clydesdale, you notice they got a bag behind the horses where if the horses shit, the shit falls into a bag, right? Well, they didn't have that in medieval Europe. They just riding on their horses or their donkeys and shit, and the horses shitting all on the street. So not only do you have these bubonic plague where it comes from rats carrying the disease that it came from, it came from the east, and it just flourished in Europe, medieval Europe, because the Europeans were living unclean. Whereas in the Middle East and Africa, they didn't have no bubonic plague because those people were clean. They were sanitized. Don't y'all know the Empire of Greater Zimbabwe had they had a way of getting rid of sewage. The Empire of Benin, they had their own raw sewage system, to the fact that the British became envious of these Africans that had better plumbing and shit than them, and they destroyed their whole city because it's not because the city was primitive, it's because the city way more advanced than what the Europeans ever had in Europe. Hell, when the Europeans came to the Mesoamerica and they seen the pyramids of Teotihuacan and shit like that, they were blown away by these civilizations that had cities that had billions of people living in the city. Same thing with Benin. Benin had billions of people in it. Like it was a huge major metropolis. When the British seen it. The British was blown away by it, but the British been blown away by a lot of African advances that a lot of them stole and said they invented. But anyway, I got a little bit off subject, got a little bit into history about how Europeans stole a lot of our history. Anyway, this shit, like I said, man, this divestment shit is basically it's a farce. The passport bros is a farce because you got a lot of brothers who want to travel but can't due to the economic financial system. So a lot of brothers go over there and then you forget all the shit. You go over there to these third world countries, yeah, you might find a little shorty over there, no doubt about it. But then you got to try to bring her over here, and that's going to cost money. That's going to cost money to bring Hacienda Flores over here from Mesoamerica, from Colombia, Brazil, wherever a lot of y'all brothers going. That's going to cost money. So a lot of brothers, most brothers work and live in the States. So just basically they go down there, have something to do, and something to have fun because, they got the resources to go down there, but they don't have the resources to bring her back. See what I'm saying? So that's a farce. All this shit is a farce, man. And but y'all think I'm trying to take up for black women? No, I'm just saying all of it bullshit. That's all I'm saying. All of it bullshit. Because black women using the fact that you have black men due to this economic situation, which now even white men starting to feel it. White men, the thing is, white men, they're gonna crash out. That's one thing I can give a shout out to Sarge Willie P. when he's talking about these white boys crashing out, because now they white elites, that 3% at the top, don't want to pay them a livable wage. That means they can't have a family. That means they can't create no economic prosperity. So now these white boys crashing out, and it ain't gonna be too long before they start taking shit out on black people. That's why, just like Sarge Willie P, Jason Black, all of telling y'all black people, y'all better, especially black men, you better get y'all power tools. Because these white, y'all know how white boys get. When they ain't getting their way, they ass crash out, and the first things they lash out at is black people. And they ain't gonna give a fuck if you a black chick out there jogging with your little dog in the white community because you got your brand. Them white boys ain't gonna give a fuck about that. They gonna crash out and you gonna be a primary target. And by you being a woman that's vulnerable, like most black women be vulnerable because you don't got the protection of a white man, a black man. You got the protection of that brand, and a lot of them brands, you see, if divestments was so well, you would never had that little sister chopped up and dismembered up there in fucking Wisconsin by this crazy looking ass white dude. You did? And like I told people, people get mad at me when I told her that girl was doing sex, she was doing sex work. Motherfuckers got mad at me when I said that. Look at that dude, man. You think somebody actually literally get with that dude? Nah, what happened is, I'm telling y'all what happened. She went out there, thought she was gonna do a job, and ended up in that situation like she said, oh shit. That's the kind of situation that Sade Robinson got in. She got jammed up in that situation and got caught up. If any damn thing, she should have took somebody out there while she do that. I mean, damn, at least you gonna go out there and say, hey girl, have somebody while you do that. You know, while you do that, I'm telling y'all that girl was doing sex work. Motherfuckers don't believe me. I said, look at that dude, man. If any black woman get with that dude, the dude that killed Sade Robinson, I know goddamn well. Then again, I don't know. I see white chick, black chick, the dude look just like him. So, all because I'm strictly white. So, but that divestment and passport boy shit is a divestment passport boy shit is a force. It's a force. That's all I'm saying.